going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been like 25 days since my last video. Unfortunately, lost a family member recently due to COVID, so you know that kind of put a speed bump in our plans, and that took priority. My wife's grandmother passed away, so we took a trip from Tennessee to New Mexico, and I never actually got to meet her before, and unfortunately we did not get there in time. So very, very sad, very unfortunate. But you know, blessed is she that she gets to, you know, go to heaven and meet Jesus before, you know, I do. But you know, anyway, so that's where we've kind of been, and honestly there's just not a lot going on here where I'm at, car related, and we still don't have my Mustang back. And I want to talk about the build. That's what the delay's been about, is the engine. It's being built by RPG right now. They've had it for some time. There's a lot of back order going on. Things are just taking time with this whole pandemic stuff. You know, like guys that order parts, you know, you can't even get like headers right now. And I know because if you guys don't know, I'm selling for Hellhorse Performance, and if you guys are looking for parts, hit me up. But I can tell you that headers right now are really tough to get, you know, just as an example. But that is kind of like across the industry, it seems, as far as hunting down parts and availability. And that has put a little bit of a hamper, a little bit of a delay into my build as far as what we're going to be doing. And that's what we're going to be talking today about, is what is the plan, what is also up with my screen. So what is the plan for my built engine? Because this video is probably going to trigger some of you. You know, we made 1100 horsepower on my stock Gen 3. And if you guys haven't seen these videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'll link them up above. Definitely go check them out. They're much more energetic than today's video is going to be, because today we're going to be updating you on what the plan is for the build. Exactly, spec by spec, what we're doing, option by option, and the decision to not sleeve the engine. Yeah, we're not going to sleeve it. So let's talk about it. Let's take a little drive. Let's talk about it. But before we get into it, about why, I do want to pull over so we're driving safely. I don't want to crash, and pull up my cheat sheet and tell you what we got going on, what the plan is. Have a discussion before we get back on the road. So what I've got is my cheat sheet. I want to not leave anything out. So what we've got going on here is a 1200 horsepower rated short block. We're going to go with new heads. We're going to reuse my pack valve springs. ARP head studs can transfer over, so there's no problem there. Here's what we got. A new Ford Performance, so a Gen 3 Coyote stock block. Essentially, they're just going to rehone and do whatever they do to mine. And we're going to go down the list. So we're going to reuse the crank. Nothing was damaged, by the way. When we did spin mine up to like 1100 horsepower on the dyno multiple times, stock Gen 3, when RPG took it apart, there was no real damage. There was a little bit of signs of wear and tear on like the piston rings, which is, you know, to be expected, I guess, when you're slinging that much power through a stock engine. But we caught it in time, so nothing was hurt as far as that goes. So what we do need to do is put new pistons and rods in the engine that will be able to handle a lot of boost. We're going to get to why we're not going to sleeve it, but I'm going to continue down the list. So stay with the same 12:1 compression ratio. We're going to go with Manley H Tough connecting rods, ARP 2000 bolts. And then we're going to do a total seal piston rings. I'm just reading down the list. And king coated rods and main bearings, complete ARP hardware, yes, RPG oil squirter block offs, balanced, and it's got a 12-month warranty and all that. So that's pretty much a Hellhorse Performance 1200 horsepower short block spec. But we're also going to take it up a notch. We're going to add a little bit of spice in there as well, with some GT350 tensioners and the chains, I can't think. And maybe a couple little other things too, head gaskets, you know, stuff like that. So we're going to make this thing bomb proof for about 12 to 1300 horsepower thereabout, because I really want the car to live around that 1100 horsepower goal, you know, which we've already done, but now we're going into the engine and we're going to make sure that everything is going to be able to hold up over time. So we're going to upgrade some of the internals, but why are we not sleeving the engine? Let me get back on the road and we'll continue this. Why are we not sleeving an engine, especially when we're already in it? Like, you're getting an engine built. Come on, Xander, what's the deal? Why are you not sleeving? It's only a couple $1,000 more, right? Well, some of it comes down to, you know, personal finances, I guess. You know, life happens, and, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. We've been through 3 transmissions lately, and that is one of the reasons that I'm just going to pocket the extra cash, just not sleeve it, is due to the fact that has he got a stop? No, he don't have a stop sign. It is due to the fact that I don't know that I'm really ready to swap the transmission to something else. You know, we've built up the 1080. Now we have a Midnight Performance transmission in the car. I think it'll hold up for a long time. They used better clutches and steels inside of the transmission as opposed to like the Cloud or something like that. I think the Clouds are good. The $600 clutches are good for probably the 800-900 wheel. When you go over that, you really need to go something a little bit more aggressive. So we've got the Robestos in there, which is what Midnight uses, I believe. They don't really spill all of their secrets, but basically we're going to be held back. Our performance is going to be held back by the transmission. They will not, 1080s generally will not hold like 1,300 horsepower for very long. I know that, a lot of you guys out there know that, and it's unfortunate, but you know, this is not a daily car anymore. But I like to, it's a street car, guys. You know, I still want to be able to go get groceries if I want to, go to the racetrack, you know, a street strip kind of deal. It's not full-blown race car, and I don't think it's going to be heading in that direction anytime soon. I was kind of alluding to it in the past that like maybe this is something we might be doing, is getting more hardcore. Now, yeah, we're gonna put a cage in and stuff like that with like door swing outs, maybe, I don't know. So we're gonna keep things as safe as possible because the car is fully capable of mid-8s or maybe even faster than that. We've already been 155 mile an hour with the old turbo kit. What the new turbo kit will do, I don't know. We got a new 4-to-1 header in there and some other goodies, so things are going to be a little bit more spicy, a little bit more fast, but we are still going to be held back at the end of the day by that transmission. And I am just at this point in time not ready to yank it out and replace it to like a you know, TH400 or, you know, Glide or anything like that yet. You know, that's a lot more money, whatever, you know, but they will handle, the transmissions will certainly handle the power. I just kind of like to be able, I think that my goal for the car is going to be somewhere in the 8s. I don't know if it's going to be, you know, high, mid, low, where we get to, and we'll take everything step by step. So while a sleeved engine might be able, will be able to support, you know, sky's the limit horsepower, you can get really crazy with these builds. I think that for what the transmission will allow at this time is around that 1,000, 1,100, maybe 1,200 horsepower mark, and then we're going to keep having to go back into it, do clutches and clutches and clutches, right? But I like the streetability of the 10R80. And a lot of you guys out there may be able to relate. If this is your daily car, or maybe just a side car, not full-blown track, gutted, stripped out race car, maybe you don't want to replace that transmission right away. And you know, I still have a car payment on this thing, so I don't know that that's what I want to do yet. So maybe we save the money. Now's not too late. So comment down below what you think. Am I making a bad decision here? Because once you're in the car, or once you're in the engine, now's a good time versus doing it later. But like I said, I don't foresee me swapping it to a different transmission anytime soon, really. So that's kind of my thought process, I guess, is, you know, maybe the pistons rods motor is enough. Maybe it's enough. You know, RPG's going to do their magic internally in that thing, and it's going to be good to go. Guys, RPG, they've been known to make some killer engines that live up to a lot of power and are very reliable. But that's ultimately what we want. We want a 1,000 horsepower car or 1,100 horsepower car. It's going to make 1,100. It's going to make more than that this time because we can increase the boost a little bit more. We have some internals that will hold it a little bit better. We're going to be head studded, so we're not going to be worried about any kind of lift or anything like that. So we're going to be making some power. I wouldn't be surprised if we touched 1,200. I mean, I think that that's going to be pretty easily accomplished with our lethal fuel system in Palm Beach behind the tuning. And I just think that that's kind of where we're at. My method, my madness is that we keep it rods and pistons. While it's cheaper, it's definitely $3,000 or so cheaper doing that. But, you know, the argument can be made, while you're in it, why not sleeve it for the future? What if down the road we decide to do a transmission swap, and then we'll already have the motor, right? But still, a rods pistons motor it's very capable. It's capable of quite a lot. Actually, so I've talked to a lot of you guys out there that are interested in buying parts, and if you are, hit me up Instagram or in the comments, or get a hold of me in some way. I'd may be able to save you some money. But you know, the 1,200 horsepower Hellhorse spec RPG built engine torque block is a big seller because a lot of people out there, I feel, share this mentality that maybe the rods pistons is enough. Again, let me know in the comments, what do you think about all this, what I'm saying? You know, ooh, I'm speeding, I need to slow it down. Actually, I just need to turn around. I'm getting ahead of myself. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is just the transmission. I'm not ready to give up on the 1080 quite yet. Is it gonna crap the bed in the next 6 months with the power that we're gonna have, you know, slinging through it? But yeah, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But that's the point that I'm getting at, is right now, even with rods pistons, we're going to be governed by the transmission. We're going to be governed by the transmission. So to upgrade that transmission is like another $8,000–9,000, right? So it's a lot of money. It's not just an easy decision, you know. So that's kind of my thought process again, is rods piston motor, is it enough? And you know, or do we stop progress right now, get on the phone with RPG and be like, nope, we're doing sleeves. You know, sleeves is definitely safer. I agree with that 100%. But I think that the rods pistons, with the combination of parts that we're going to put in it, should be capable of quite a lot. Be reliable, you know, with good safe tuning and fueling, and be able to live at that 1,000, 11, maybe 1,200 horsepower range forever. And that's my ultimate goal. Do I want 15, 16, 1,700 horsepower? Well, we all want a lot of power, but if I'm being realistic about it, I don't know. That is the glorious thing about a turbo car, though, is you can turn it up and you can turn it down. So just because we can touch 1,500 horsepower, because that's what my turbo kit is rated at, is about 1,500 horsepower, does that mean that I want that much? Well, we could spin it up to that much, make some glory hits of 1,500 horsepower, call it a 1,500 horsepower car, but we don't have to use that power. We can just turn it down on the boost controller. See how that works? And if we did sleeve the engine, you bet your butt at 1,000, it's going to live forever for probably 100,000 miles. I don't know if it really will. You have to go back into these engines every so often and, you know, touch them up and stuff like that. But yeah, the ring gap's going to be, you know, spec'd for, you know, turbo boost and, you know, all of that. So RPG is going to do us right. I'm really excited to get the car back. It's been forever since I've even seen it. I need to make a trip down to Hellhorse in Houston, Texas here soon, so we can make more content. But that's kind of my question to you, is, am I making a mistake by not sleeving it? Is it worth it? By the title and thumbnail, I'm calling it not worth it, and I'm referring to myself, you know, obviously. So let me know what you think. But that's pretty much the update on the car. It's still there at Hellhorse with no engine because we've just got a couple of delays. So I just wanted to be able to bring you some content and not give you a bunch of fluff stuff in between. You know, there's just simply not a lot of things that are happening right where I live, car content related. It's starting to get really cold and nobody's doing anything. So that really sucks to say that as a YouTuber, because last winter we were busy, but we also had the car, so we're modding. This time we don't have the car. It's in Houston. I'm in Tennessee, and my engine is with RPG, which I think is like California or something. So my car's all over the place. So we're doing the best that we can, but let me know in the comments what you think. I'll see all of you guys in the next video. I promise it won't be another 25 days. I'll see all of you later. God bless. Have a great day. Be safe.